This is a paper prototype for the application iStageManager for the iPad interface. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to open the application, and then within the application you are going to go through the motions of creating a production. Could you please state your name and any criteria that you have that would enable you to have primary use of this application?
My name is Nikki Palmer, and I am potentially a director for next year's Fourth Wall Show.
Alright, let's go into the application. Alright, there it is. Alright, so the page moves over, it loads, and you can see that it's a horizontal application. Alright, so now after the loading screen, alright, you don't have an account yet, so let's create an account.
Okay.
Alright, those. Now,
Type in a username.
alright, how would you do that?
I would click on username.
Once you click on username, a keyboard will appear, and you will be given the option to add a username, password, email.
Okay.
So, how would you type? Very good, alright. So, you have successfully created an account. So now we're in the application. Now let's create a new production. Alright, beautiful. Okay. Here we are.
So if I was doing a cast of 9 characters, it'd be medium.
So let's click on that. Alright, beautiful.
Then
In this instance, there is no specific rollovers, but the application would have a color change to indicate that the option was selected.
okay. So would I push this if I wanted to put 9?
Alright.
And that's medium.
And then when you click upon each option,
Oh.
a drop-down menu will come up that gives you the ability to choose different options. So if you didn't want to choose any of the production types that are given, how would you think you would go about looking at other different types?
Type it in.
Let's try. If you click again, the drop-down menu will disappear. So you would come back to this.
Okay.
How would you think you would go and put back a new production type?
I would click on it again, and then is there an other option if I scroll down?
Yes, if you scroll, you can scroll here, you can see that there are options slightly not visible, and once you scroll, there will be multiple options, and this is consistent for all the categories. So after you put in all the information, you have successfully created a new production. So now what I'm going to ask you to do is, as a director, to start looking at a cast for this production.
Okay.
So, yes,
So let's start with auditions.
Alright, so we're going to go into the application, and immediately you're brought to the director menu. This is the first stop on the journey that is iStageManager. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of different options on the screen. How do you think you would go into figuring out a cast list?
Here?
If you click the menu option, a menu will come over from the left side of the screen. And as you can see, there are multiple options.
So then I would pick auditions.
Once you go into the auditions menu, a list of your auditioneers will appear. Let's say that there is a male at the top of the list that is already in your auditions menu. How would you go about looking at that audition?
Would I add a name, and then I would click on him?
Alright, so then once you click on a specific applicant, a picture will come up, and so you can get a little feel of who the person is, and you can also choose to view their resume. So once you view their resume, a PDF form of their resume will come up, and how would you go about going to other parts of this resume.
Let's scroll down.
Yes, exactly. So once you scroll down, you will be able to view the entire resume. All right. So what do you want to do next?
Casting. There's an option for that, right?
Yes. So how would you
go back?
Perfect. All right. So you go back.
And I go back.
Would you say that you would want an easier way to get back than continuously going through multiple pages?
No, I don't think so. It's fine.
All right. Now you're back at the auditions menu.
Go back again. So cast.
All right. So we have a default as of now, but to add your cast, you would simply click on the heading option right here, and a keyboard will come up, and you will choose what the name of the cast is, and you can name the specific cast member.
Cool. So, I guess I go back now if I have my cast. Let's do props.
Alright, so once we go into props, you will have multiple options. You'll be able to look at the props and costumes menu.
So then, if I were to add a prop, I'll just click this.
Once you add prop, a similar menu just to this will appear, except no picture will be visible, and there will be an add photo option, which will access your photos on your phone or iPad application, and you'll be able to add said photo and add a description of the item.
So if I click here, a keyboard will come up and I can add a description?
Yes.
Cool. Alright, so let's go back. And then same with costumes. So
Yes.
if I add costume.
Costumes looks almost identical to create a easier feel for the applicant
Cool.
and user.
So I'll go back. And back. So now this is chat.
The chat menu at the bottom is so that multiple group members who are working on the production can chat. As you can see, John and you have been chatting a little bit. You didn't really know where the walls were. Of course you did, because it was you, silly Billy. And that's basically iStageManager in a nutshell. This is the paper prototype for the application iStageManager.